Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So today, we're out here on Rougarou, but the map doesn't really matter because I'm going to be doing a Trophy Lodge tour, and basically, we're going to see what we got over the past about year and a half that I've been playing. So, I have a few lodges here. I really only use these three. I don't really use my small males lodge, but we'll start in the trophies. And wait for it to load, of course. Probably just edit this out. Okay, we're in. Alright, so we'll start with this Muley. It's a 224.843, and if you remember, I shot this on the 1/220 Muley video, which I grinded so long for one of these and took about 800 kills, and I finally got this guy. So probably my favorite kill in the game, even though it's not really huge or anything. Actually, it's definitely not. The 200 whitetail is, but it's up there. Then we got a Deer 122.005, and no, that's a Bison. There's the Deer 182.480, and this one, I kind of forget how I killed this one, to be honest. I think I was just kind of roaming around on Pick a Bean for water buffalo, and I got a Rusa called him in, and there he was. So definitely not a bad one. He's not huge, but I'll take it. Then we got a 122.005 Bison, and I got a lot of Bison in that 120s range, so I might honestly have one bigger than that, but for now he's in there, and yeah. I think he's in a Trophies and Rare montage. But then we have a 232 Sandbar Deer, and this one I wanted to record it for a montage, but I didn't think it was that big. Then again, I can't really judge Sandbar Deer, and sure enough, he was quite big, so I shot him out of the one tree stand I think Kudu Hunter had. Really good stand for these guys, and yeah, I probably could have had a super rare, because there was another one that was about this big, but I just didn't really care to shoot it because I didn't think they were this big, so yeah, there's that. 274 water buffalo. I don't really hunt these guys too much. It's definitely not hard to get big ones, so I probably could easily improve this, but I'm not too worried about it, and yeah, I just don't really care for Pick a Bean. Over here we have a 1177 feral hog that I shot on loggers in I think it's a thumbnail for one of my montages, and yeah, just out of Middle Tower. I was just hunting Middle Tower, and he came in, so I went for a long time without really getting any decent feral hogs, and now I got 3 1170s, so I'll take it. A 68 turkey, yet again, it's not really huge, but my PB, I used to hunt turkeys a lot, and I just kind of lost interest, so, and he's not bad, but he's not great either. Then we have a 90 Roo that I shot in March of last year, which was right when I started to really get into the game, and I shot him with a crossbow, and I had no idea if he was big or not, but then I checked the leaderboards, and he was right up there, so yeah, I'm really happy with him. After that, I really haven't felt like hunting Roos, because I already got a 90. So, over here, we have a snow goose that I shot, might have been on release date, honestly, May 1st of last year, 4463, so a pretty solid one, and I really like snow geese. They're definitely my favorite waterfowl to hunt, just because of how many you seem to kill when they come in and stuff, so they're pretty easy to hunt, too, so I'm a big fan of them. We got a 26.850 grizzly that I shot, I think it's in one of the montages, and this was another one where I was just really hunting for mules when I was grinding for a 220, and he just kinda showed up at the one river stand I have set up, and I smoked him. So over here we have a 186 bighorn, and this one, I think it was for maybe King of the Kill or for Flinters or something, where I just really wanted to hunt bighorn and get a big one, and I shot 2 180s that day, so pretty solid day of hunting them, I'd say. Down here we have a coyote, 59.18148, so a really nice coyote. It was up there on the leaderboards, I think. And basically, it's another one that I had no idea if it was big or not, but he came in. I smoked him with buckshot from the 12 gauge pump and picked him up, and I was pretty surprised when I saw the score, so kind of disappointed with the trophy shot I took of him. It's not that great, but honestly, it's just a coyote, so I didn't really care. Over here we have a 28.583 brown bear, and I think I have two 28s, but this was the bigger one that I shot. And on Valdebois, just doing a river run, and usually I go down the river from the North Lodge, but I decided after I did that to respawn at the North Lodge, then go up the river. And sure enough, this guy was just waiting for us up there, so definitely a decent kill. Then we have a 271 red deer, which, I mean, it's another really nice one. It's nice, but at the same time, it's not, like, huge, so I'll take it. I killed it a long time ago in 2018 when I first got the game on my bad laptop. But yeah, that's definitely one that we can improve on. It's not that hard to get 270s, so hopefully sometime we can get one better than that. But we have a 237 moose that I killed last year, and this one was in that second trophies and rares montage that got a lot of views. I think it's up to 1K views now, which is insane. I never expected it to get that many, but basically I was just going to take down a stand I had set up on Hemmeldal, and I was just running the entire way, got a moose call, figured, I mean, I probably should call it in, and then he showed up, and it was crazy. I mean, I shot a decent moose earlier that week, I think it was a 220 something, and then he shows up a couple days later, and yeah, I think it was 4th on the leaderboards for that season that was really long, which is insane. Then we have a 407 Rocky Mountain Elk, which, I mean, it's nice. It's not huge. We can definitely improve on it, but I'll take it. I think this one I shot while I was stand hunting and for the one montage. So, yeah, I shot a lot of, like, low to mid 400s, but still waiting for that 410 plus. That's really nice. We got a 23.189 black bear. I actually shot 2 of these with the exact same score, and both of them were just on barrel runs and popped them with the 340. So yeah, just a black bear. I mean, nothing really too crazy with that. Then we have a 16.851 wolf, and this guy I shot when I was doing one of the recurve comps for muleys. I used to grind those comps really hard, and one of the comps, I was sitting in my one stand that's on the, like, more western river at the fork where they split. So I had the stand set up where Rudy has his stand and stuff. And sure enough, he came in, smoked him with the heavy recurve, and turned out it was pretty big, so I'm definitely happy with that. And over here we have a 230 moose that I shot on red feather with the pulsar, I think. And I just entered intermediate comp, and of course I think I shot it in multiplayer, and the comp was a single player only, so he didn't register for the comp, but I mean, I'll still take it. It's a really nice moose. 230s aren't that common, so definitely happy with that. Now I got two 230s, so pretty lucky. 193 Blacktail. I haven't shot a 190 Blacktail in over a year, which is pretty crazy because they're pretty common, but I do have 3 of them, and this was my biggest of the 3, so that was my Trophies Lodge. Now let's go over to the Rares Lodge. So somehow, I almost forgot pretty much my best kill in the game. The 201 Whitetail I got off loggers, and I'm so happy with this guy. I mean, I had no clue he was going to be that big when I spotted him, because he was a high rack, so usually high racks were like 180s at best and sometimes low 190s, but sure enough, I mean, I walked up to him. I was so shocked when I saw the 201, so unfortunately in the lodge he's kind of that mid-rack, but they're so glitched out in the lodges, so the trophy shot really just shows how cool he looked as a high rack, and hopefully eventually this glitch gets fixed because it's pretty annoying. But we'll now go ahead and move on to our Rares Lodge. Alright, so we're in our Rares Lodge, and our first one we got here is a Piebald Muley that was a 147. And this one I got at the Sunglasses Lake on Timber Gold in one of my more recent Trophies and Rares montages, and just a really solid rare. All rare males are pretty nice, so I'm definitely happy with him. He is my biggest rare muley. So then we got this Mythical Reindeer, and it's kind of unfortunate because he's only 389, and I shot one almost right as the event was about to end. That was a 550, I think. So, I mean, I tried to tax it, but then unfortunately I had the taxidermy glitch, so I wasn't able to tax him, and yeah, it was really kind of unfortunate. But we got this guy in here, and he's just kind of looks pathetic, to be honest, but it is what it is. We got this Albino Blacktail that I shot, another one that I shot in my last montage, and I actually spooked this guy 3 or 4 times, and just because I wanted to shoot him with a bow, because I think it's really cool to get rares with a bow because they're up close and they just look really nice. So finally I was able to track him down and take him out, but after that I think I was just about tired of the game, so I logged off. But yeah, definitely worth it because the clip is pretty decent. Down here we got a light gray leucistic Canada Goose, which I smoked out of the air with a 17, just a small female, nothing too special. And then one of my favorite animals in the game, this Alpine Turkey 42, so just kind of a small to average one, but when he walked out into the field, I shot him at Golden, and when he walked out in the field it was just crazy because they're pretty rare, and I shot him with under 50 kills, I think, so it was just insane. Good luck for me, which seems to happen a decent amount because I have a lot of nice stuff. But yeah, up here we got a Melanistic Mule, which they are my favorite variation for the muleys. I feel like the albinos are kind of ugly, especially the females, and the piebalds are just, they're not bad, but the Melanistic Muleys look really good to me. And this guy's a 128, and kind of a funny story how I shot him. I was on a crazy rare streak. Basically, before this, I hadn't shot a rare in like 2 months, which is really long. But then, in the same day, I was doing a recurve comp, and I shot, first, I think it was a piebald female, and then the next hunt, I shot this guy, and then the hunt after that, I shot an albino female, so I got all the rare variations in one day. So that was really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get a big one for the comp, but I'm definitely happy with that. All 3 variations in the same day. And then the day after that, I shot this guy, and 164 albino blacktail. For a second when I saw him, I mean, I thought he might have been a super rare, but then I realized he's not got the big rack, just a 160. But yeah, this guy, it's so unfortunate because I lost the clip for the montage. He definitely would have been on the thumbnail, but at the end of the day, I'll take him because he's definitely one of my favorite kills in the game. And over here, we have a 314 non-tip muley that I got last year. I shot a couple not too long after each other. Yeah, these two. March 15th and April 14th. But they're almost the same score, and I got the one in a looking for trophies video, and the other one I forget how I got the other one, to be honest, but yeah, I know I got the one at sunglasses in a looking for trophies video. Down here we got a silver tip brown bear 24.7, so it was a male, and I shot this one in my original Val de Bois River Run video, and I had no clue it was silver tip, but walked up to him, claimed him, and yeah. So, rare male, and a decent sized one, not huge, not decent, I don't know, somehow I got confused with grizzly bears and brown bears there, so no, he's not decent, but I'll take a rare male. At the same time, it's just like, yeah, I mean, I'll take a male over a female any day of the week. So in here, we got a Albino Werewolf, and these guys are pretty common, but this guy I shot, I'm not sure what day of the event it was, but I know I got one in the light that was a really nice picture, but this one, I'm not sure when I shot it. I might have shot it on like one of the last days. But yeah, these guys aren't too hard to find. I just wanted one because it's a seasonal event. Then here is my biggest non-tip muley, 333.149, and I got this in 2019 when I wasn't really into the game yet. Just pheasant hunting on loggers and got a muley grunt, decided to call it in, and that guy popped up. So it was my first non-tip, and it was a really big one, and yeah, I didn't really recognize like how rare 300 non-tips are, so I didn't really fully like acknowledge how rare it was until now. So it's a really solid muley. And then we got a piebald moose from Hemmeldale, and I think I killed this on one of Rudy's streams, and his rack is just really derpy, I think, but it is what it is. Piebald moose I'm not really a big fan of. I like the albinos the most. Then we got a 128.268 whitetail albino that I shot on Settlers. This guy I shot on a Twitch stream, so yeah, I was pretty happy when that guy came in. It was my first rare whitetail in about, I had, I think, almost 1,000 kills, and I finally got my first rare male whitetail, so pretty happy with that. Then we got a 229 non-tip, another one that I shot on Settlers, and I think both of these were out of my Settlers Golden Stand. So that goes to show, I mean, it's good for whitetail, it's good for elk, and yeah, just a solid non-tip. Not very big, but I haven't had much luck with whitetail non-tips, so I put them on the wall. And then lastly for this lodge, we have our 64 Piebald Roosevelt elk that I shot out of Rudy's turkey setup on White Hart. Yeah, Roosevelt elk piebalds aren't that rare, but I mean, it's the only one that I found, so I like how they look. I decided to put them on the wall, even though he's pretty small. So yeah, that is my rares lodge, and I think it's definitely solid. It could be better. I want less non-tips and more rare fur types, but I feel like this guy we can replace pretty easily. Just gotta get a bigger whitetail non-tip, and then maybe a bigger moose rare. But other than that, let's go ahead and check out our last lodge. Alright, so we are finally in our last lodge, and it is just pretty much our extras lodge for stuff that doesn't fit in the first two. And to start, we got a 227 moose, which was my first trophy moose that I shot on White Rime. And I was pretty much just hunting snow geese, and saw this guy come up on the ridge that's kind of near my setup, and figured, yeah, that looks pretty big, so I took him out with the 340. But yeah, he's a really nice moose. 227 is definitely not small, but there's just really no room for him in the main lodge, so he goes in here. Then we got an 1172 feral hog, which I shot right when the new shotgun came out, or I guess it's not really new anymore, but the semi-auto 12 gauge. And I wanted to record that for a video, but unfortunately I decided to be bad with shooting and completely messed it up, so I had to finish him off with a 4570. But yeah, I mean, it's yet another one that's a really nice one, but it just doesn't have a place for it in the main lodge. Then over here we got a Piebald Whitetail, which I don't even know why I put it in this lodge, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure I'd put this over the non-tip in my rares lodge, but anyway, he's in here. And yeah, it's just a decent male rare. Nothing super special about it, but I'll gladly take it. Up here we got a 122 Bison, and I'm not sure if this is bigger than the one in my actual trophies lodge or not. It's definitely close, but yeah, I shot this not too long ago, actually, less than a month ago, and yeah, I mean, I was just kind of running White Rime and hunting moose, really, but saw him, smoked him, and just a solid 120s Bison. They're pretty common, so no real big deal about it. We got a 404 Rocky Mountain Elk, which was the first 400 that I shot, I'm pretty sure. And he was in my actual trophies lodge for like 3 days, and then I shot the 407, so his stay in there wasn't too long. We got a 104 non-tip blacktail, which it's decent. I mean, non-tip blacktails are decent in general, but it's just not really impressive looking, so he's in here. Then over here we got a 16.653 wolf, which is right on what I'd say is the border for mount or not, but I decided to mount him because he's not the normal fur. He's got that red-brown variation, which I think is probably my favorite over the black and then the common. We got another 120 bison, but this one's just 120.6, which, meh. I mean, I'd probably take him down, to be honest, because he's just 120 bison or common, and he is barely a 120, so yeah, there's that. Got a 187 whitetail, and it's one I shot last year for a recurve comp, and I actually placed like second in that, so this guy really helped out. I just wasn't able to kill a nice mule deer, which is what usually happens, but yeah, I mean, it's a decent whitetail, and I'd say 185 plus is a mount size for me. Then we got a bighorn, which 182.758, and I shot this. I think it won me King of the Kill or something for flinters, but yeah, it's just 180's bighorn, another one that's more of a common trophy, but I think bighorn are pretty cool, and this guy I shot when I was just kind of walking the railroads, so yeah, I'll take it. What else do we got? A 109 Sitka, and this is another one that won me King of the Kill, and I shot it when I was kind of a noob at the start of last year, but this is when I kind of started to get into the game, and yeah, I mean, I want to improve on it. I want a 110 plus Sitka because anything under 110, I mean, it's good, but it's not incredible, so they're also not that impressive, and that's one of the reasons why it's not in the main lodge. And then lastly, we got a 192 blacktail that I killed in 2018, which is right when I started, and I didn't really know how big he was until pretty much last year. I mounted him because I used to pretty much mount everything back then, which is so stupid, but I did it anyway. And yeah, I mean, I tracked him for legitimately like 45 minutes because I didn't know how to track, and I just was about to give up on him, but I thought he looked pretty big, so I decided to keep after him, and that ended up being pretty much worth it because it was my first really nice animal that I shot. So there's that. That's the last lodge that I'm going to show you guys. So with that, I want to say thank you for checking out this video, and I will see you next time.